And finally, we have Ken Aaron from Neighborhood Notes, who's doing some innovative things here in the room. He's doing a lot of the stuff that was talked about, so he's a good resource to talk to maybe afterwards. But he's going to talk to us about two particular experiments.
Two things. For those of you who don't know, Neighborhood Notes is a blog that supports neighbors and independent businesses in building livable, vibrant communities. Everything we write about is Portland, very local. We only take local advertising, so everything we do is related to Portland. To get ready for this, we actually had to sit down and count how many revenue streams we had. And it turns out we have 6 live revenue streams and 2 more in development, possibly 3, depends how you classify it. But the 2 that Cornelius asked me to talk about are 2 that we created out of working with our advertisers, the people we serve, and understanding their limitations, their needs, and their frustrations. So the 2 things are a local ad network that turns normal ad networks on their head, and then a network calendar, one that's distributed out to multiple websites. So if you want the ad network, the Supportland ad, make it easy, this ad right here is an ad network. We partner with Supportland, which is a local rewards program. They're great people. If you don't have a Supportland card, go get one. That's my plug. But what we did is the ad network is set up so that businesses, business members of Supportland, subscribe to the ad network. Every member places that ad on their website. Cornelius, if you click through, Milagros Boutique, go ahead, just right to the next one. Queen Bee, Bella Stella, Mirador, somewhere there it is, and Emerald Petals, to name a few of them. It's the same ad that appears on all the business websites. It's a flat monthly fee. The way that this works, and we're also pitching this to business districts. I'm talking to 6 right now, 3 are moving along in the process. The way that it really is beneficial is the individual business owner does not have to pay for graphic design work. It's a flat monthly fee that can be budgeted. If they commit to a year, it's $39 a month. The idea being that within the group, for example, Supportland or a business district, the initial ad, the basic ad like this, is a branding ad. It rotates through the different members of the ad network, just giving awareness to them, and of course branding at Supportland. We've done so far 2 promotions with Supportland in this, that they had a Valentine's Day promotion and then an Easter promotion. The ad changes in that it then links to a specific page about that event, and then on that page the network members' promotions or whatever their special is included in there. The performance of this has actually been really good. The standard branding ad like this, it actually gets a fairly low click-through rate. It's informative, it's branding, not a lot of call to action, not a lot of reason for people to click. But the event ones actually were doing extremely well in terms of performance. Kind of the national average rule of thumb, click-through rate is about 1 in 1,000 for a banner ad like this. The Valentine's Day ad averaged 5 in 1,000 click-throughs, with actually getting almost 7 in 1,000 click-throughs on Valentine's Day. The Easter egg hunt ad did even better than that. So it really drove a lot of traffic to build awareness of Supportland and the individual business members of the ad network. We're excited about this. The people who have been using it seem to be very happy about it. They have seen the results and have told us about it. So then the other thing, if you want to click on the calendar tab, we just launched this. This is on a generic page because we're still waiting for the first person to install it. This is our event calendar. We've always had an event calendar on Neighborhood Notes. Little fee, fill out an online form. It goes on Neighborhood Notes, and when it gets published, it also goes out in our Twitter stream and up on Facebook. And actually with events, we continue up until the day of the event. We continue to tweet it every other day or so.
So it's like a classified ad for a calendar.
It is, and we do it's calendar, it's event-based, so specific date-related.
And you guys write this. This is not, you guys put up the events.
No.
The community doesn't put up the events.
Yes, they do. The community puts up there's an online form that they fill out. If we were doing that by hand, it's a fee.
It's a fee.
Yeah. We do have nonprofits based on some criteria, there are free listings for nonprofits.
And you're building in a social media component as part of their value added. Is that what you said?
Yeah, every event that goes up, as soon as it's published, it gets tweeted and it's out on Facebook. But in addition to that, as the time goes by, because we tell people usually 2 weeks in advance, we schedule tweets and continue to tweet it. I'm not sure what Lynette's schedule is. She handles that. But it continues to get promoted for that one flat fee.
Is it members only that get to?
No, anybody can sign up and do this.
And you curate it or disallow some events?
We always reserve the right. So far on events, there really hasn't been anything. The only argument we've had is somebody thinks it should be free and it shouldn't be, at least by our criteria. So we don't let that happen. But the idea with the calendar is, again, it's distributed. We can give people a piece of code to put this calendar on their website. We're pitching it again to business districts. Cross-promoting each other in a business district is a big deal. It's that mutual support thing that everybody wants. When a business puts this on their website, they can, for no cost, display their own events on their own website by itself. It's when they want to distribute that, where it goes to Neighborhood Notes, it goes to their business association website and anybody else in their network. When they want to distribute it, that's when they pay the fee. We're kind of trying to replace their calendar, and by replacing their calendar, we felt it was important that if it was only on their website, they still got to use that for free. So it's really, the distribution is what we're really looking for with this. But at a rate of, the standard rate is $25, to get that kind of promotion for your event, it's really a very modest fee. Both of these came out of dealing with businesses, walking in, trying to sell banner ads, typical banner ads, and understanding that I don't have the time, I don't know a graphic designer, I don't have the money to pay for graphic design work, and oh, by the way, does it really work? So we can tell them it works because we keep all the metrics and can tell them all that. But over time, what this did was we were trying to address all those issues with our market, which was they don't have time to do it, they don't have the skill set to do it, and they don't have as much money to do it. So we were trying to address the time issue with the event calendar. Enter it once, one small fee, it gets distributed multiple places and promoted. With the ad network, one small predictable fee each month. We tell you the metrics, and when there's special promotions, they get called out special and all that sort of thing. So that's what we came up with in addressing our markets. In terms of the other revenue streams we have, it's, I don't want to say fairly typical, but we do banner ads, the traditional banner ads. We do sponsored stories. If someone wants to pay us to do a sponsored story, we will. The events on our site, scroll down just a little bit, Cornelius, and click on the events right there. And then click on an event, doesn't matter. Headline on the event. So these are the way event listings appear on our site. The first thing that it says, listing sponsored by. So people know what it is. If someone pays us to do a sponsored story about something, the same thing will appear just like it did on Portland Afoot, sponsored by. We've never had one complaint about any of these on our website because you're very transparent about it. So there's the sponsored listings, we've got Oregonian, the ad networks and all that. And then the other thing that we do is we serve ads to another blog in town. So we have the capacity with our ad server that another blog wanted the extra metrics, wanted to offload some of the work. And so when we talk to them, we do for a fee. All they do is deliver us the work, the graphics. We set it up. There's a piece of code on their site. We deliver the ad to their site, and we collect a percentage of the ad revenue for that. We don't sell ads. If you wanted me to sell your ad, it would cost you too much money. But it's a management thing that is just another revenue stream that we can tap into, because we've got the technology to do all the network stuff behind it, and so why not use it the ways we can? So that's what we do, and that's I mean, the two that we're really proud of are the ad network and the calendar, just because it really addresses specific needs. And we've already seen, even though the the calendar just launched, we've already seen this year, we're getting back into event season, so you normally see an uptick in event listings. We're seeing a greater uptick in event listings this year. So people are really starting to learn that it's very, very effective. So, questions?
Some unique ideas there.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
I question, just since a lot of your editorial content is based on event, you report on a lot of like event-based things, right?
Actually, no. We
Okay.
have a lot of events on the website through the event section, but we typically don't report on events.
Okay. So, do you feel like it's important to distinguish, like in your Twitter feed or anything like that, if something was paid to be there versus not?
Twitter is such an open market, no. And the thing about it is that when they click on it and go to it, if it is paid, the first thing they see in it is sponsored by, and they have the choice to leave right away if they don't, if that's something that they don't like. So there's no, besides that, in 140 characters, getting the word sponsored in there along with the message and along with the link doesn't really work.
Sure.
But right up front, we've always been that way, that we never want to trick anybody, because that's when you get in trouble.
Does anybody have any questions?
Ken, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So within the capacity that you have within Neighborhood Notes, how much time do you spend on this out of your day?
On the advertising,
Yeah.
or the monetization side of it,
Yeah.
let's put it that way. Well, there's two of us. Lynette handles, I'll answer it this way because two of us run Neighborhood Notes. Lynette handles pretty much all the editorial side. I get involved and throw an opinion out. Chris is our managing editor, along with working with Oregon Music. So for me, that's a minor portion of it. I do all the photography and other things behind it. Each day, I would have to say I probably dedicate 2/3 of the day to this, to monetization.
It's a 50-50 split then between content and the revenue side?
Overall for the site,
I suppose tech has to be in there too.
but that's a hard one because there's a lot of discussions about monetization that aren't directly involved. So it might even be slightly skewed towards monetization. And just bringing that up as a point, Cornelius had his bullet points as far as what today was going to be talking about. I would say that if you're considering starting a blog or have one, and you're considering each of those points, right next to it should be, how do I make money off of it? You really need to start thinking, if you want to make money off of it, if it's not a labor of love, you can't wait until you have 3 things in place to then decide how to make money. From the very beginning, you have to think about, how am I going to generate revenue from this? That is a key driver to creating the rest of the site work for you.
Another thing we've done is we've used SurveyMonkey to ask people, like the storage they want, if they want to support us, all kinds of things. So it's a really good tool. It's very cheap to use. And it helped. What we did before we launched our site, actually we queried the audience who we're trying to reach initially. And it gave us a lot of great feedback. So I encourage people to use the SurveyMonkey tool. It's very simple to use and very cost effective.
I would echo that because over the holiday this past year, we did 2 things. We did a content audit. Lynette took 2 years of content, took the headline, the page views, the shares, the likes, the comments. And from that, we could see what people came to our website to read and what they, most importantly, didn't read. It was black and white. And it was pretty surprising what they actually came to us to read versus what we thought they came to us to read.
So what did you find? Now we're all curious.
You would think with a thing like Neighborhood Notes, news would be the #1. News mildly sucked. They don't come to us to read that because they get it so many other places, including the Oregonian and other Scanner, Tribune. That neighborhood news was not important to us, believe it or not. Local business, astronomically #1. People want to know what's going on in their local business community. They want to know the changes because with our 20-minute neighborhood concept going on here in Portland, the business community in each neighborhood is an integral part of how that community develops. And it's really important to people that that business community is healthy because it makes their neighborhood healthy. And that is, we've always known that. We've always preached it. That content survey and then a subsequent survey of our readers telling us what they wanted from us actually this year made us refocus, narrow down the amount of topics we cover, refocus it. We're actually producing fewer stories a week right now, and we're seeing our traffic go up.
It's been really nice. Like page view goals for every story.
Every story has a page view goal. and we are pretty much hitting them.
God,
And
that's
this
smart.
is, you know, this is a great culmination towards.
Little round of applause.
It's a great culmination towards the whole message of the program, which is like, as the internet fragments into niche, finding the right niche that is not so big that it will fragment, and not so small that it won't support your business.
Yeah.
Do more of what works and less of what doesn't.
Right, right, and getting your content down to as specific as the advertising market now expects ads to perform at, and then technology comes around like this ad network that begins to pull all these niches together, all these small bits come in, and in through automation, they can create a bigger stream, and so it's a great sort of full circle, and they're really doing excellent work over there.
It really, you know, for us at least, the automation has been really important for efficiency. The online forms for people to submit things, and it's not just event listings. They can also submit news, which we call really press release promotion. If it's not time-based, not a sale, not a specific event, but they want to talk about a new product line, they can submit a story to us. Same kind of thing, fee-based goes out, clear and all that sort of thing. It's all done via online forms. It's the only way to make it efficient. Then the ad network, to make that work, there's actually a significant amount of manual labor that it takes to make that happen. What we ended up doing is working with our developer to integrate our ad server more tightly with our content management system, so that basically when I enter a business for entering them into the ad network, I enter them into our directory and hit a button that says add them to the ad network, and it does all that manual labor. And for on a computer 45 seconds waiting for it to do all the scripts to make that happen. Imagine doing that. You're imagine for every single person. Yeah, it is.
And again, this is automated ad buying through the event calendar. That's another powerful tool. Is, you know, as these price points for ads on niche sites are very low, and so it's, you know, at the Sentinel we couldn't make a $75 ad buy payout.
Yeah.
Right. We were at $450. We can deliver customers to your door. We can design you an ad, and, you know, people will notice.